Hello, dear parents and the sweet little kids. Welcome to the epic series of Ramayana, an inspiring life story of Rama and Sita. Today, I'll be discussing about Balakanda, which deals with the childhood days, how he was born, how he got educated, and how he killed the first demon, all that in Balakanda. The story of Ramayana begins with the king Dasharatha. Dasharatha is the son of King Aja for the kingdom of Kausala. The kingdom of Kausala was north of the river Ganga, and the capital of Kausala kingdom is nothing but Ayodhya. So the king Dasharatha lived in the city Ayodhya, which was on the river bank of Sarayu. There was a river which is next to Ayodhya, and it was so beautiful city, full of fertility. That means everything was green, things were so available in the city. King Dasharatha ruled the kingdom in a very good way. He made the people very happy with his rules and regulations. All the king's court people, that means the people who work in the king's court, were so happy with Dasharatha and were so obedient and loyal to him. King Dasharatha had 3 wives. Dasharatha's wives are Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. They are 3 in number: Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. His kingdom was very happy. He had 3 wives. He is making everyone happy. But is Dasharatha happy? No. But why? Because he had no kids. That means if Dasharatha becomes old and dies, who will be the future king? No kids for Dasharatha. This made Dasharatha so sad. Finally, thinking about this, he went to sage Vashishta to discuss who will be the future king. Sage Vashishta, he is Vashishta Muni, he gave a good advice to Dasharatha and asked him to do a yaga. What is yaga? It is nothing but praying to the fire god. Did you ever see in the temples there is a space to do the yaga in which they offer all the ghee, clothes, everything to the fire god and make him happy to give us the boons, whatever we want. This yaga Vashishta Muni told Dasharatha to do was Putra Kamishti Yagam. That means why is he doing yaga? Because he wants sons, he wants children. So for that the Putra Kamishti Yagam was done by Dasharatha under the guidance of Vashishta Muni. Okay, at the end of the yaga, the Yaga Purusha, that is the god to whom we offered everything, was very happy. He rose from the fire and gave Dasharatha a prasadam. What did he give? A pot of sweet payasam. Payasam is one of the sweets that we eat, right? He gave payasam to Dasharatha, and what did he say, Dasharatha? He asked Dasharatha to give the prasad to all the 3 wives so that they'll have future kings, that is the sons. As instructed or as told by Dasharatha, the 3 kings nicely took the prasad and had it. That means they ate the payasam. After 12 months, they gave birth to 4 children. Oh my God, there were no children at all. Now they have, with the God's grace, they had 4 children. Who are the 4 children? For the first queen, that is Kausalya, there was 1 boy, and second queen Sumitra had 2 children, 2 boys, and the third queen, who is Kaikeyi, also had a son, who is the 4th kid. Now 4 kids were born after 12 months of doing the yaga, and Dasharatha was very, very happy. Why is he happy? Even though he becomes old and dies, the kingdom of Kosala will be safe in the future king's hands. So Dashratha was very happy and peaceful. So what did he do? He celebrated the birth of the sons, called everybody from different places and asked them to bless the children. That means he called everybody, he told everybody that I have 4 sons, please come and bless them. Like that only, sage Vashishta Muni, who gave the idea of yaga, also came to the celebrations. Vashishta Muni, seeing the 4 children, he named them. The first Kausala's son was named Lord Rama. Second queen Sumitra had 2 sons. They were named Lakshmana and Shatrughna. The third queen Kaikeyi, her son was named Bharata. Who named the children? Vashishta Muni gave the names to the children, and Dashratha was very happy looking at the kids. As the kids grew up, Vashishta Muni took them to his ashram and taught them all the knowledge that a king needs. Means when the children grow up, they will become kings. So what does the king do? He rules the kingdom. For ruling the kingdom, they should have all the knowledge of the kingdom, how to give the rules and instructions to whom and what. All that administrative skills are taught by Vashishta Muni to the 4 cute little ones. He also trained them in warfare. That means in the war, how they play the strategies, like that martial arts, how to fight. Similarly, he also taught archery. What is archery, kids? Aiming the bow and releasing the arrow onto the aimed thing. That is nothing but the bow and arrow skill. Archery is also taught to Rama, Lakshmana, Shatrughna and Bharata all together. They also learned how to fight with the sword and how to ride the chariots. What is a chariot? It is nothing but the horse with a carriage. How to ride them also is taught by Vashishta Mahamuni. Now all the 4 children were born. Nicely they learnt all the education from Vashishta Mahamuni and are grown up. As the 4 boys grew up, one day Brahmarishi Vishwamitra came into the city of Ayodhya with his followers. They wanted to perform a yaga which is good for all the people living on this earth. So they had an hermitage and they started a yaga and did the yaga. When the yaga was about to complete, 2 demons, Maricha and Subahu, came and disturbed them, throwing the meat, flesh and blood into the altar. That means in the Yaga Kund where the fire is there, into that they have thrown meat and blood. Oh, so the yaga got stopped. Vishwamitra was upset and he knew that only Lord Rama can kill these demons. No other man can kill them. Only Lord Rama can do it. So what did he do? He went to Vishwamitra, went to Dasharatha and asked him to send Lord Rama along with him so that he will kill the demons and they can do the yaga happily. But King Dashratha was so tensed. Lord Rama is very young. How can he kill the demons? Is it possible? How can I send Lord Rama all alone? All these questions rose in Dashratha's mind. But sage Vashishta, he gave an advice to Dashratha asking him to send Lord Rama and it is safe for him with Brahmarishi Vishwamitra. But still Dashratha was not so confident, so he sent Rama and along with Lakshmana to the hermitage of Brahmarishi Vishwamitra. So both Lord Rama and Lakshmana started going to the jungle. In the way, Vishwamitra is a very, very big saint. So he knows lots of knowledge. While they were traveling to the hermitage, Vishwamitra narrated him all the stories of old kings, heroes, how they lived, and also gave him the knowledge of mantra, which is Bala Atibala mantra, which is like to free the fatigue or old age. See, while studying we go on to sleep, right? All such things will shoo with this mantra, Balat Bala mantra. That one is a gift from Vishwamitra to the two boys, Lord Rama and Lakshmana, as they travelled. On the way, there was a very big forest. So they have to cross the forest and go. But in the forest, there was a very big demon, Tataki. In the picture you can see her. See how furious her face is. So scary, right? That demon lives in that forest and she don't like anybody coming into the forest. So as Rama, Lakshmana and Vishwamitra moved through the forest, she got angry and started fighting with Rama. So Vishwamitra ordered Rama to kill Tataki. Rama, what did he do? He prayed God, took one single arrow and shoo. What did he do? He aimed at Tataki and released the arrow. What happened to Tataki? She fell dead. Just one arrow, Tataki was dead. Good, right? Now happily Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Vishwamitra moved to Vishwamitra's hermitage, which is the sage's place where the yaga is being conducted. There, what happened? They again started the yaga and Maricha and Subahu came. As soon as Vishwamitra started the yaga again, first one was stopped, right? The second one, again he cleared the place and started doing the yaga again. Again the two demons came. It was a big fight between Lord Rama and the two demons Maricha and Subahu. Lakshmana and Rama both fought with the demons. It was a very, very big fight, and finally, with lots and lots of arrows, Lord Rama killed Subahu and Maricha. How did he kill them? With one arrow stuck to Maricha, and the arrow threw him into the ocean long away, in miles away. That arrow was so powerful that it stuck to Maricha, and the Maricha was thrown away into the ocean. That forcibly Lord Rama killed the two demons. Finally the demons are killed, and all the followers of Vishwamitra, the sages, were happy, and they all sat together and completed the yaga. Lord Rama and Lakshmana together killed 3 demons. First one was Tataki, then Maricha and Subahu. This was the first battle that Lord Rama did against the demons and killed the bad. After the yaga was complete, Maharshi Vishwamitra took Rama and Lakshmana to Mithila. What is Mithila? Mithila is the city where Sita lives. On the way to Mithila, there was the hermitage of sage Gautama. Gautama is another sage where Vishwamitra wanted to see him and then go to Mithila, because it was on the way to Mithila. So Rama, Lakshmana and Maharshi Vishwamitra entered the hermitage of sage Gautama. What happened there? Lord Rama stepped on a stone and suddenly a miracle. The stone became beautiful woman, and that beautiful woman was Ahalya, the wife of sage Gautama. Ahalya was cursed to become a stone in another story, but with the touch of Lord Rama's lotus feet, her curse was broken and she became normal from the stone. See the miracle? Lord Rama is having such big powers. He can kill the demons, and at the same time he can break all the curse, remove all the bad from what has happened. When they reached Mithila after seeing sage Gautama, Mithila is the city ruled by the king Janaka. Who is Janaka? Janaka is the father of Sita. Janaka welcomed Maharshi Vishwamitra with great prayers and respect. He had a word for Vishwamitra. What happened was, he has a big bow in his kingdom. The bow was golden in color and very, very heavy and big too. No one in the kingdom, even the soldiers, could not lift the bow. It is said that the bow belongs to Lord Shiva. Do you know Lord Shiva? Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, the three Murtis, right? Lord Shiva's bow is in Mithila with the king Janaka. No one can lift that bow. No human can do that. But when Sita was a child, very young, Janaka saw Sita pushing the bow with very ease. That means she could lift the bow or push the bow from one place to another single-handedly. No one helped her. She just moved it like that. That means Sita is not a normal girl. So, what happened? King Janaka decided that the boy or the man who lifts that bow only can be Sita's husband. So Janaka started searching for that particular man who is as great as Sita to lift the bow. This was the word that Janaka had in his mind and told that to who? Sage Maharshi Vishwamitra. Then Vishwamitra ordered Rama to go lift the bow. Lord Rama, so that he can marry Sita. Lord Rama prayed to Maharshi Vishwamitra and then to King Janaka and slowly moved towards the bow. Very easily with his left hand lifted the bow up. See, no one so far could lift the bow, but Lord Rama just lifted the bow up like just it was a flower to handle. That easily he lifted that big heavy golden bow. And then what did he do? He wanted to tie the string to that bow to both the ends. See, did you ever see the bow? There will be a string on both the ends. So he tried to tie the string to the bow so that he can use it with the arrows. But what happened? Surprisingly, a big sound has come. What happened? While he was trying to tie the string, the big golden bow broke into two pieces. Okay, everybody who were watching, there were many other kings who came to who tried to lift the bow, but no one could do that. Everybody are in the king's court. Everybody was so delighted. Wow, it is finally Rama who could do that. So once he did that big job, King Janaka went to Rama and asked him to marry Sita. Who is Sita? Janaka's daughter. Rama then very nicely, thankfully said King Janaka to go ask permission of his father Dashratha and mother Queen Kausalya so that he can marry Sita happily. So what King Janaka did? He sent the same word to take the permission, and what, see, happily the permission has been granted, and Lord Rama and Sita got married in the presence of so many kings who came to try lift the bow, and also so many great sages who came to king's court of King Janaka. In front of everybody, Lord Rama and Sita got married very beautifully. Everybody in the king's court were happy. Finally, after the marriage, all the people, Sita, Rama, Janaka and the other people wanted to move to Ayodhya. In that moment, suddenly a man, Parasurama. Do you know who Parasurama is? He is the first avatar before Lord Rama. He is the avatar of Lord Vishnu. So Parasurama came and stopped Lord Rama and said, how the hell did you break Lord Shiva? That is a sacred bow. How did you dare break the bow? Asked Parasurama very angrily. Lord Rama did not wantedly break the bow. Yes or no? He wanted to just tie the string, but it could not happen and it suddenly broke into two pieces. But Parasurama was not ready to listen to that, and he started fighting with Rama. He started with his arrows, he started with his mantras, all the stuff he started. So poor Lord Rama, what can he do? He had to fight against Parasurama. What did he do? Whatever Parasurama was sending the arrow, he was breaking it. Whatever mantra Parasurama is using, he was defining it. So finally, Parasurama could not defeat Lord Rama and he gave up. He then said, Lord Rama is divine incarnation. That means he is the next avatar. After Parasurama, it is to be handled to Lord Rama. And happily, he moved away without any fight. Then happily, Lord Rama, Lakshmana and all others along with Sita moved to Ayodhya. What do you expect? What is happening in Ayodhya? Wow, people were so very happy and they welcomed the new couple with joy and happiness. So this is how Lord Rama and Sita met each other and got married in the presence of great sages and kings. This was the end of Balakanda. In my next video, I'll be bringing you Ayodhya Kanda, which is the second Kanda, because Lord Rama and Sita has reached Ayodhya. From here, the Ayodhya Kanda starts. What happened after the marriage? Did he become the king to rule Ayodhya? All that is there in the Ayodhya Kanda. So, until I bring the next video, remember the whole Balakanda. Who are the kings? Who are the queens? What happened in the childhood of Lord Rama? And be happy and talk soon.